Hello, I'm Coach Joe. We are going to cut the parts for the chassis of the Robot One. To start that process, you need to download the drawings that are available on this web page, the Robot One drawings. They're available in inch units and in millimeter units. So whatever your preference is, download that one. And the first drawing that we will use is the cut material layout, as you can see here. This type of drawing is dimensioned in what is called ordinate dimensioning. All the dimensions start at the bottom left corner, that is your 0 mark, and all of the dimensions start from that point. Makes it easier to do the layout. So what you will do is take this foam core board. It is 20 inches by 30 inches by 3/16 inch thick, and it costs around $3 at arts and craft stores. So as you can see, I have done the layout. Now we're only cutting out the main shape of the parts, and we will later add the various details to those parts. For doing the cutting, for doing the layout, I used a T-square that is, it costs around $14 and is available at art and craft centers, or you could just use a ruler, mark 2 locations to get your straight line. But this does make it easier. And of course I have a ruler. All the dimensions in the inch unit drawing are no smaller than 1/16 of an inch, so it's easy to mark off those dimensions. A pencil is good, and you will also, for the cutting, need something to cut on. I use a 1/4 inch thick polycarbonate piece of material, and these are available for around $20 at a hardware store. Also, wear your safety glasses and wear cut-resistant gloves like I am doing here. I'm using a utility knife. These are extremely dangerous. The blade itself is extremely sharp, and you need to be extremely cautious with this. Now, when you're cutting, only extend the blade as far as you need it to be. In this case, it's about a 1/4 inch because our material is 3/16 of an inch thick. When you're not cutting, retract the blade. When you are putting it down, retract the blade. Never walk around with this with the blade extended. It could cause serious injury. I'm going to start cutting this. I've extended my blade a 1/4 inch, and I'm just going to cut out the main blocks of the parts. When you cut, always cut across, never towards you, and never put any part of your body in the cut direction. So now we have our parts, and as you can see, I went off the line. That's okay. We're not looking for perfection. we're looking for a functional chassis for the robot. Little issues like this, don't concern yourself about that. Just keep going. And I'm going to keep going on this, and we'll be back to add some of the features. Now, starting with the upper chassis top, I have drawn the cuts for the corners and the cuts for the motor pass-throughs and a wire pass-through here. So I'm going to put my gloves back on. I've extended my blade to 1/4 inch, and now I'm going to start cutting. Now these little triangles, hold on to those because they will be the gussets that are keeping the motors in place. So I've completed cutting the chassis top. Also, I have put in some center lines. This is where the ultrasonic mounting panel goes, and this is where the Arduino Uno mounting plate goes. So there's a few of these parts that still need to be cut. Finish cutting those, and then we'll proceed to gluing the chassis together.